singing on the job, please. Who wants to sing, get a job at the opera.
You remember the fire at Kaczynski's shop last month?
18 girls died. Some burned to death, some jumped from windows. You can forget such a thing.
Well, it said in the paper this morning why they couldn't get down the back stairs.
So?
It's because the door was locked from the outside. Kaczynski locked it because a few of the girls were sneaking out onto the roof for a little air.
That dirty bastard, and he calls himself a Jew.
Is the Jewish boss any different?
Well, supposed to be. The Jew is supposed to be different, yes.
They're all the same, believe me. I've worked for Jews, Gentiles, even Italians.
Well, I don't feel good working here on the 8th floor. There's too many fires these days. Did you read what the fire chief of New York had to say?
Who reads such foolishness?
You'd better read. He says his ladders only reach up to the 6th floor. So if you're on the 7th or the 8th like us, pray to God.
You know, the back door on this floor is locked from the outside, too.
What are you saying?
It's been that way ever since I've been working here.
That's not right.
It's better not to think about it.
Someone should tell Vogel to open the door.
You talk, you get into trouble. Who will tell Vogel? Not me. Mr. Vogel! Please open the back door and
Do mind your own business. You work on the corsets. This is Mr. Hanlon's shop. I have nothing to do with doors. Emma, take my advice. You're the youngest girl here. Learn to mind your own business.
I'm not working if the door's closed.
Good. Good. Go home. Leave right now. Who needs you? Dora, you stay a little later tonight. You do Emma's work. You'll be paid extra. We have to get this order out tonight. Mr. Hanlon is waiting for it.
I can't stay later.
Jenny?
I have to be home on time tonight.
Rose, please. What's the matter with all of you?
The door! You have to open the door!
I'm not supposed to. It's not my business.
Emma, wait for me. Mr. Vogel, I'm sorry, but I'm scared of fires.
Me too.
Mr. Vogel, if there's a fire, you won't be able to get down the back stairs either.
You're over sugar. What are you doing to me? Please, girls, I have a family to support. Please, back to the machines. We have to get this order out tonight.
Open the door! Open the door!
All right. There. Are you satisfied? I'll lose my job and then you'll be satisfied. All right. Back to work.
A friend of mine saw the fire at Kaczynski's shop. The girls on the 10th floor came out on the window ledge, surrounded by flame. And when they looked so small up there, and when their clothes began to burn, they jumped. 2 at a time, 3 at a time, holding hands.
Look not for me, where birds are singing. Look not there to see my face. I am a slave where chains are clanging. There must be my resting place. There must be my resting.
Please come in, come in. Now, stop dancing for a moment. Say hello to Mr. Levine. You too, Helena.
Hello, everybody.
Sit down, Mr. Levine. Sit down. Girls, go help your mother. Cow? Cow, where's the soup?
Where is the soup?
What are you doing, you two, talking over there? Come, sit down like people.
Mrs. Goldman, how are you liking Rochester?
1,000 times better than New York.
Mother cannot speak for herself.
Father knows her mind best.
In Rochester, you see a flower, a blade of grass.
One flower, one blade of grass.
Not so crowded here as in New York.
Only 7 in one room.
Please, girls, no secrets. Be polite.
Was it hard finding work here?
No, not hard at all. What are you two doing making those noises? Don't you know how to sit at a table? Jacob, Emma's husband, has a good job. A big factory. They make beds.
$6 a week, 12 hours a day. He isn't home yet.
Emma has a job too in the garment district. Emma, tell Mr. Levine about your job.
What's to tell? The place stinks. $2.50 a week. We aren't allowed to talk. We aren't allowed to sing. The foreman tries to put his hands on the girls. I have to give him a zest in the face. Well, I'm not allowed to talk.
What a mouth she has on her. She goes to these meetings and she listens to these socialists, these communists, these anarchists. Who knows what they are? She doesn't realize what we all went through in the old country.
I worked in a factory there too, Poppy. It's no different than here, only here you have to work faster.
Here they don't kill Jews.
Here they don't have to. The Jews kill themselves on the machines.
Here they have a place to live, not wood.
Yes, wood. It burns fast. Last week down the street, a whole family burned to death. You think that happens to Rockefeller in his stone mansion?
At least we have firemen here. Who knew from firemen in the old country?
Yes, that's America. Here are the most firemen and the most fired.
We're lucky to be in Rochester. Where is it better? In New York? Packed into the tenements, the children dying of diphtheria, smallpox?
At least in New York, the people are protesting.
Well then, go to New York. But all those trumpetniks are lazy slobs. They loaf around and then they scream, America is no good. They don't appreciate this country.
Emma, please serve the soup.
I brought you the Yiddish newspaper.
Thanks. So, what's news?
You remember those fellas that threw the bomb in Chicago last year and killed all those policemen?
They never found out who threw the bomb. So they arrest 8 anarchist organizers. A carpenter, a printer, and a posterer.
See? Everything she knows. Now you be quiet for a few minutes while Mr. Levine is talking.
I'm just telling what's in the paper. Yesterday they hanged 4 of them.
What are you crying about?
They were anarchists, they had it coming!
Shut up!
Respect!
What's the cry for? They were murderers!
Shut your mouth!
What are you doing?
You'll get it right back!
What did you say? I'll teach you! That girl's crazy! She's out of her mind!
Elena, sleep with me tonight.
Isn't Jacob going to sleep with you?
You don't sleep together, not since the first night. You never should have married him.
Then why did you?
I was lonely.
That's not a good reason.
Stupid.
That's a good reason.
But no more. I've made up my mind. I'm going to New York.
Leaving Jacob? Your family? Your job?
Everything.
I wish I had your nerve.
You like your husband. Why should you leave?
Maybe if I had your nerve, I wouldn't like him so much. Soup, did you see Papa's face?
Did you see Mr. Levine's face? You know I love you, Elena.
You take care of yourself in New York. You heard what Papa said. That's where all the trumpetniks are.
Quattro. Due. Atto. Une.
Oh, it's wonderful here.
This is where we come after work. How many plans have been made here? How many revolutions have been won here? How much beer has been drunk here? Sit down, Vito. Who is your friend? Just a sec, 2 beers. This is Emma Goldman. She's just come from Rochester. Before that,
From Kovna, Russia.
Kovna.
He has no idea what that is. If you said Smextra Gorst, then you hear him say, Schmestragorst.
So, you're from Rochester. It's called the City of Flowers.
No, the city of flour, as in bread.
Welcome to New York, the city of sewers.
But you can never forget that I work in the sewers.
Vito, you work in the sewers, but you're really a philosopher.
Oh, is there a difference? No, it's true. Everybody here is really something else. Anna works in the corset factory, but what is she really? An organizer of the corset workers. Fedya is unemployed, but what is he really? An artist.
Really? I'm unemployed.
So, how is it to work in the sewers?
First of all, it's temporary work. Just until there's a general constipation in New York. According to the Marxian theory of capitalist crisis, the rich will get more and more constipated, and the poor will have less and less to eat. So the sewers will run dry. At which point, I and my fellow sewer workers, the true proletariat, will rise up out of the drac.
Please, enough. People are eating.
There's nothing more to say. When that day comes, then you'll see something, Mr. Sachs.
When you start paying for beer, then we see something.
Don't worry, I get paid next Friday.
My family has to eat Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
And I don't have to eat.
No, you're a revolutionary. You can live on hot air.
Laugh! When the revolution comes, we'll collectivize this place, and then we will have
Free beer.
free beer.
So this is how the anarchists in New York plan the revolution.
We work hard all day, and in the evening...
Yes, during the day in the shops we denounce the capitalists, and here in the evening at Sachs Cafe we denounce one another. There are the Marxists, the Bakuninists, the Kropotkinists, the Delionists. When I first read Marx, the manifesto, so clear, so glorious. Workers of the world, unite. The capitalist system has created enormous wealth, but it has done so out of the misery of human beings. It is a sick system. How does it solve the problems of unemployment? By war and preparations for war. It must give way to a new society where people share the work and share the wealth and live as human beings. But then I read Bakunin. Oh. At first I hated him for his attacks on Marx, but I was intrigued. The dictatorship of the proletariat, he said, is like the dictatorship of the bourgeoisie. It's one notch further away. It will become a tyranny. There can be no workers' state. The state is an evil in itself. There can be no governments, no gods, and no masters!
A dreamer, a romantic. Marx is rooted in history and reality.
3 cheers for Bakunin.
4 cheers for Marx.
Bakunin!
Marx!
Kropotkin!
Engels!
Here's to the revolution.
Hey, hello, Sasha!
Sasha, hello.
His name is Alexander Bergman. He never speaks before he eats.
Mr. Sachs, steak large and a beer large.
Sasha, who died and left you money?
Today was payday.
He works in a cigar factory. Guess his age.
35?
21.
He's no older than me.
Yeah, Sasha is older than everybody. Hey, Sasha, say hello to our comrade from Rochester, Emma Goldman.
Johann Most is speaking at the Academy of Music tomorrow night. I have the leaflets here.
Johann Most himself?
You've never heard him speak?
No, but I read his articles in the Freiheit.
Who will distribute on the west side?
Sasha never wastes a moment. All right, I'll do the west side on my lunch hour.
I'll do Union Square right after work.
I'll help you. We'll see you there at 6.
I've got a shop meeting at lunchtime. I'll distribute that on Broom Street an hour before I go to work.
Sasha, you'll have to get up before 5.
So?
Say nothing. After the revolution comes, we will erect a statue right on the corner of Broom Street. Sasha, deliver leaflets and on.
I have a room right near Bruce Street. I'll help you.
At 5 in the morning?
If you'll be there, I'll be there.
Oh, delivering leaflets with Sasha is an experience. My good man, do you realize that Johann Most is speaking tonight? Here's the information. What? Who? No, I have no time. You have no time! 10 hours a day you give to the capitalist, and you cannot spare 1 hour for the movement that will end your slavery? Shame on you! And distributing with Fedya, that's another story. My dear madame, I have something for you. As a free ticket to a concert of words, a symphony of ideas. The conductor, Johann Most. My pleasure, madame. Yes, I am serious.
I think it's not correct for Penny and I not to be at the same place, and me and our friend Goldman to be at the same place. A waste of people. We could be covering more territory.
Well, it's not a waste. If a policeman comes along, it's hard for him to arrest two at once.
She's right.
Besides, it looks better to have two people. It shows we're in an organization.
She's right.
She's not right. She's just come from Rochester and she's telling us how to distribute leaflets in New York.
A petty display of provincialism.
What was that word?
Petty.
I mean the other word.
Provincialism.
I don't know that word.
And you call yourself an anarchist?
Yes.
And an internationalist?
Of course.
Provincialism is the opposite of internationalism.
That's an insult.
She's right, Sasha.
She's right. She's right. Enough already.
Sasha, it's time you lost an argument.
I will meet you at 5, Sasha, on Broome Street where the streetcar stops.
Members of the New York City Police. There's Inspector Sullivan in the 4th row taking notes. Please, Inspector, get my name right. It's Johann Most. My friends, here we are. At a peaceful meeting. There are women and children in the audience. Yet the walls are lined with police, carrying clubs, armed with guns. Is this what is meant in America by freedom of speech? Members of the police force, why are you here? Perhaps you have heard that this is a meeting of anarchists. Yes, we are anarchists! Perhaps you have heard that we believe in disorder. Wrong! We believe in order. No, not an artificial order enforced with a club and a gun, the courts and the prisons. It's a natural order of human beings living and working together in equality, in harmony. Who says that we believe in chaos and disorder? The capitalists, the lawmakers, the promoters of economic chaos, the architects of world disorder. Let me explain to you, Inspector Sullivan, and you members of the police force, how we came to be anarchists. First, we examined our own lives and found we were living by rules we had not made, in ways we did not want, estranged from our most powerful human desires. And then we opened our eyes and looked around the city. At 5 in the morning, we could see the workers open the windows to catch a breath of fresh air before going to the factory. In the winter, we saw the corpses of old men and women who froze because they had no fuel. In the summer, we saw the babies in the tenements dying of cholera. And we saw something else. We saw that 700 buildings in this city are owned by one family, the Astors, whose fortune is $100 million. And that Jay Gould has 500 acres on the Hudson and a mansion on Fifth Avenue. And that Rockefeller had taken control of the nation's oil. Yes, we saw the rich living from the wealth created by generations of workers. We saw that a party was given at the Waldorf Astoria in honor of a dog. Yes, a dog who was dressed in jewels while mothers on Cherry Street had no milk for their children. We also saw that these same men who own the industries of America pick the presidents and the congressmen, appoint the judges, anoint the priests, endow the universities, own the newspapers. Every year, 35,000 workers die in their mines and mills. Every generation, the sons of workers are slaughtered in their wars. And they accuse us of violence? Let us make our position clear. Violence against innocent people, never. Violence against the oppressor, always! Yes, take notes, Inspector Sullivan. We expect to hear from you. But we are taking notes too. And someday, you will hear from us.
Now I know why he's in and out of prison.
Hello, Anna. Hello, Emma. Look at this vest. You could always tell an artist.
Sasha is annoyed by my vest.
I think it's a beautiful vest.
Thank you.
We all have our tastes, but should we spend money on such things when the movement needs every cent we have?
But don't we need beautiful things to remind us of what life can be like someday?
Should an anarchist enjoy luxuries while people live in poverty?
When Jews talk, everyone asks questions. No one gives answers.
Must we give up music and the smell of lilacs to become revolutionaries?
See?
Who said you had to give up music or flowers? But vests like this, yes.
What about art?
It's an objective fact. The artist lives on the backs of the poor. Don't take it personally.
Why shouldn't I? Am I not a person?
Sasha, there is something wrong with the way that you think. I can't quite express it.
If you were right, you would be able to express it.
You are insufferable.
I don't know what that means, but I think I've been insulted again.
I think, Sasha, it means you want us all to suffer until the revolution comes.
You don't understand.
I understand. And I'm going home right now to suffer. You coming down with me?
I'll be there in a little while. I want to change the dates on these posters. Host is speaking again in 2 weeks.
She's staying with me until she finds a job.
I'll walk home with you, Anna. I'm tired.
He's tired. He sleeps all morning. How about a little walk?
I'm not finished with the posters yet.
And let's not argue. After all, we're comrades.
Shouldn't comrades argue?
Now she wants to argue about arguing? Let's go for a seltzer.
Isn't that a luxury?
A plain seltzer?
What if I want a little chocolate syrup in it?
I'm not as dogmatic as you think. A little chocolate syrup.
Sasha, how did you come to be as you are?
You mean insufferable?
Yes. No, I mean your ideas. Our ideas. They tell me that you're organizing the cigar workers?
In the old country, at the age of 13, I was expelled from school for writing an essay.
An essay?
The title was considered somewhat tactless. There is no God.
At 13, I was already working in a factory in St. Petersburg. I didn't know words like capitalism or anti-Semitism, the state, but it was all so clear. Who needs the words when you can feel it in your bones every day?
Didn't you think America would be different?
In the factory in Rochester, I felt no difference. Yes, America had a constitution, But it meant nothing in the factory.
And it meant nothing for those executed after Haymarket.
So many of us had our eyes opened by Haymarket.
I'll never forget the last words of Spies to the jury. These are my ideas. They constitute a part of myself. I cannot divest myself of them, nor would I if I could. I say, if death is the penalty for proclaiming the truth, call your hangman. I hope I will have such courage when the time comes.
Sasha, you are too young to talk of dying.
One day the choice will be before us, to bow down or to risk all, to give our lives if necessary.
I'm ready to give my life for what I believe in, but I would like to give it over a period of 50 years or more, not in one heroic moment. The movement needs us to live for it, not to die for it.
Perhaps only our grandchildren will be able to live full lives.
No, I don't believe that. We must live ourselves, and beautifully, to show how life can be lived.
What are you doing tomorrow?
I have to go to the baggage claim at Grand Central. I left my sewing machine there.
You brought it all the way from Rochester?
Yes. I'm sick of working in a corset factory. I want to set up a cooperative shop, like Vera and What Is to Be Done.
Have you read Chernyshevsky?
Why are you surprised?
Well, you're so young.
So are you.
But I am a man.
And I am a woman.
You're very sensitive.
You are very insensitive.
Do you think you and I will ever be good friends?
Aren't we? Sasha, let's go for that seltzer another time. Anna's waiting. She needs her sleep.
All right. Tomorrow I'll come with you to Grand Central. I know my way around the city. Afterwards, if you like, we can take the L down to the Brooklyn Bridge and walk across. The air is wonderful on the river.
I didn't ask you to come with me. Don't you have to work?
This morning when I went to work, I made a tactical mistake. I gave some more leaflets to the workers. The foreman said, this is your last day. So I will come for you tomorrow. I know where Anna Minkin lives. What time? What time?
10 o'clock.
Good. Before I meet you, I can look for a job.
I saw how much you eat. You need a job.
Emma, I think you are insufferable. He's wearing that vest again.
Who's going to tell Anna you or me?
I'll tell her.
Well, what?
The girl hears everything.
Yes, everything.
Anna, Toby Golden is moving out of her place on Forsyth Street. It's $5 a month. Sasha and I are going to take it.
So, you'd rather live with Sasha than with me, huh? A true friend.
Anna, you know this place is only big enough for you. With me here, you have no privacy at all.
You mean ever since Sasha started coming around, it's been, Yes, you need your privacy. I know Toby Golden's. It's twice as big as this apartment.
Yes, twice as big.
Good. And there's room for me.
Now look, Anna.
Do you believe in collectivity or not?
Of course, but that's not...
Bourgeois individualism corrupts us all. We must begin the new culture right now, comrades. Share and share alike. Break through the prison of monogamy.
Oh. You know, she's right, Sasha.
Of course she's right.
I know Toby Golden's place. The 3 big rooms.
See?
Yes. It's big enough for me, too.
You too.
Yes! We must begin the new culture now, comrades. Love thy neighbor, says the Bible. Workers of the world unite, says Marx. Live in free association, says Kropotkin. Well, make room for Fedya, says Fedya.
Fedya, I'm not the same with you as Emma is with Sasha. We're just friends.
Yes, and we'll live together as friends. What do we always say? Between men and women, there must be an endless variety of relationships. Passion and, Madame, companionship.
Hostility and murder!
The four of us together. Well, it is big enough. We have a bedroom, We can put a bed in the living room and a folding bed in the kitchen.
Why stop at 4? Why not put a bed in the bathroom too? Then my friend Yusuf Miller can join us. We can put the bed upright and he can sleep standing up.
Sasha.
Don't say another word. You're right, you're all right. When I'm wrong, I admit it. We're all friends and comrades, right? Why can't we live together, live collectively?
Yes.
That's the way of the future, and we must start the future now.
Yes.
Let's drink to our little collective.
Every time you see him, he has a bottle of wine.
Emma, some glasses, please.
We will all contribute equally to the red dead food.
We'll all contribute according to our ability. Anna and I work in a corset factory. You work in a cigar factory.
And Frederick can sell that vest. We can live on that for a month.
Wow. When Fedja sells a painting, he makes more than I make in a week.
Frederick, when was the last time you sold a painting?
What day is it?
Wednesday.
About a year ago.
Well, I can see we will eat well.
None of us will eat as well as you, Sasha. You eat and drink as much as the three of us.
To each according to his need. Sasha needs to eat like a horse.
Oh.
Fedja needs to sleep late in the morning. I need to read without people interrupting me. And Anna needs about an hour in the toilet every night.
Oh, a perfect group. We'll never interfere with one another. Fedja will be sleeping. Sasha will be eating. Emma will be reading. And I'll be in the toilet. And every hour, we can change places.
Let's drink to our needs.
God, Fedja, it's so hot in here. How can you work? This is worse than the shop. Hardman found out she was organizing the union. He sent 3 of us home today. But more girls wanted to walk out. We told them to wait, and if enough girls come later, well, we'll see. It's so hot in here, Fedja.
Emma, what are you doing?
Fedja, you've seen me like this before.
Yes, with everybody else here, but with this?
If it makes you nervous, I'll put my blouse back on.
Why should I be nervous? After all, I'm an artist. At the settlement house, we painted nude figures all the time. We had models. Now I can't afford that, and I paint nudes from memory, and my memory is not too good.
Well, if you ever want me to pose for you, Fedja, just tell me.
You're serious, Emma?
Why not? We're friends and comrades. What's wrong?
I would like you to pose for me, Emma, but I don't know.
Why? What is it?
I've been so troubled lately. Sasha is my friend, and yet I have been longing for you, Emma. I have. Yes. I can't help it.
Oh, dear. Oh, sweet Fedja, it's okay. We both love Sasha, but Sasha and I don't own one another. Why shouldn't you have feelings for me? Why should I have feelings for you?
Emma, do you think...
Why are we living? Why are we struggling and organizing? What is all this for? Sometimes in the midst of the struggle, I forget. And I have to remind myself, and then I think of the very first time I knew what my life would be. Ecstatic. I was in the old country. I was 8 or 9 years old, and there was this peasant boy who worked on the farm. And one day, he took me out into the meadow. And the sun was strong. We sat in the long grass and he played his flute. And he took me in his arms. He threw me up into the air and he caught me again. Everything smelled of grass and my soul just melted. He picked me up and he threw me again and again and again. And years later, I was with my aunt in Königsberg, and she took me to the opera. There he. Such heavenly music. Such golden voices. I had never before been to any theater in my life, and I sat in the balcony as if in a trance. And when it was over, I heard the crash of applause and my aunt was calling my name. But I just sat there with tears streaming down my face. And when I left the old country for America, I forgot almost everything. But on the boat, I thought of that peasant boy on the farm and the opera house in Königsberg. I knew almost nothing, but at that moment I knew what I wanted my life to be. What's wrong?
I am Sasha's friend.
That makes it better.
I feel like a betrayer.
You've taken nothing from him. He and I are just as we were.
Will he see it that way?
No, Sasha. First he'll be angry.
Oh, will he be angry?
He may smash a piece of furniture.
Maybe 2 or 3.
But then he will say,
I was wrong. When I'm wrong, I admit it. We must live like free people. We must live as in a future society.
yes, that is exactly what he said.
I love Sasha.
What a strike at Cardinals today.
Anna told me. You made your first speech. She said it was good. You've been away all evening?
Yes. Sasha, what are you doing up so late?
A leaflet on the strike in Pittsburgh. Have you heard the latest news?
No?
Carnegie has put Frick in charge. Do you know him? Henry Clay Frick? A lover of art, a gangster. And Frick has called them the Pinkertons. Do you know them? The biggest strike-breaking agency in America. 2,000 men with the latest weapons.
Private army.
And Frick is going to use them to break the strike. The strikers will need money, weapons, support from all over the country, or they're done for. I'll have to finish this tonight. Where have you been all evening?
Johann took me to the Metropolitan Opera House. We saw Carmen.
Johann? Johann who?
Johann Most.
So now it's Johann? The opera? That's how Most uses the movement's money? The opera must have ended hours ago.
We went to a restaurant afterwards.
A restaurant? You probably drank wine all evening too.
Yes, we drank wine.
Of course. Most loves expensive wine. That's our great revolutionary leader.
Most is a wonderful man. You said so yourself. He gave up his seat in a German Reichstag and became an anarchist. He spent years in prison.
The movement gives no special benefits for war veterans. The most heroic figures can become corrupt. We see that in history.
So I'm corrupt too by going to the opera? By drinking wine?
Yes, you too. You're worse than most. You with your pretensions, cutting on Terry leader in the movement.
Shut your mouth.
I'm speaking the truth and you know it, Emma. What are you holding there?
They're violets. Yes, I know flowers are an unnecessary expense when people are starving. Well, they're beautiful and I love them.
It makes me nauseous to see them when the strikers in Pittsburgh are in need of bread.
And what are you doing for the strikers in Pittsburgh? Writing a leaflet?
Yes, we need to write
It'll
leaflets.
take more than
I'm
that.
not prepared to do more than that.
So am I. So is Most.
We will see.
What do you mean?
We will see.
Sasha, don't you understand? We can't all live at the lowest level of the oppressed. We have to have a little beauty in our lives, even in the midst of struggle.
You think Most cares about beauty? What do you think was in most mind when he gave you those Bibles?
Sasha, you're jealous. I thought you would overcome that. I thought you believed in my freedom.
Freedom, yes. Decadence, no. With Fedya, it's different. Fedya we both love. But most, he is not good for you, Emma.
And who is to decide it, me or you?
Yes, that's for you to decide.
For you two, stop it. You've kept me up for the past half hour. I'm going to be on the picket line early in the morning. You do too, Emma.
For God's sake, let's go to sleep.
You don't care. None of you care anymore. You and Sasha and Fedya, you're going to Worcester, Massachusetts, so you don't give a damn about anybody.
Worcester!
To Worcester, without me.
Anna, you said you wanted nothing to do with our idea.
Such a brilliant idea. An ice cream parlor run by revolutionaries. What kind of revolution will you have today, sir? Vanilla? Chocolate? Not strawberry, no, not a real red revolution. Not in a petty bourgeois ice cream parlor.
Oh, shut up and go back to sleep.
Anna, it's only for a little while. We need the money to start a new magazine. You know that.
Did you hear about Pittsburgh?
Sasha told me the Pinkertons have been called in.
Well, they started. There was a battle there today.
Today?
Frick brought 300 Pinkertons down the river in a barge. An army of them. Machine guns, rifles. They opened fire on men, women, children. There are 7 dead. What are we gonna do?
What is wrong with me? I must be crazy. Going with you two to Massachusetts to open an ice cream parlor so we can publish some intellectual garbage? I must be out of my mind. I should be in Pittsburgh right now with the strikers.
And what are you going to do in Pittsburgh?
It was you who said it would take more than leaflets.
Yes, I said that, but...
But... There is something that must be done in Pittsburgh. We must show the world that the Carnegies, the Rockefellers, the Fricks, they're not invincible. We see their pictures in the newspapers, the arrogance in their faces, the contempt in their eyes for all who have not succeeded in their little game of becoming rich. Yeah, the pictures. Frick going to church. Frick in the White House with the president while his workers fall from exhaustion in the mills. Frick drinking whiskey in his country club while his detectives shoot down women and children. Yes, there is something that must be done in Pittsburgh.
What are you talking about?
Frick must die.
Keep your voice down, are you crazy?
What does your friend Most say? There are times in history when a bullet speaks louder than 1,000 manifestos.
Yes. We all said that when the right time came...
We would be ready. Yes. We said that. We all did.
I'm going to Pittsburgh.
We'll all go. It's the right time. All through the centuries, they slaughtered the working people and never punished them. But we can show them that they can die too.
The 4 of us can do it.
It will have to be planned very carefully.
But it'll go around the world. The 4 of us together, we can do it.
Who kills Frick surrenders his life.
We said that we're ready. Remember, the 4 of us said when the right time came, we would be ready.
I will do it alone.
No, you're crazy,
No,
Sasha.
we will not give them 4 lives for 1. No.
You're not going to do it alone?
What are we talking about? It takes money to get to Pittsburgh.
That's right. We don't have train fare for 1.
If we can raise it for 1, we can raise it for 4. I will get the money somehow.
It is not the money.
What is it then? You want to say to hell with our comradeship, with our love, is that it?
You don't understand. If Frick is killed, someone must explain. Someone must know why it was done and explain. Otherwise, they will say, as they always do, that it was the work of a madman.
They will say it anyway.
No. Emma can explain it. She has the tongue. She has the gift. She can do it. All of you must stay behind and make it clear to the whole country, to the world.
Yes. Yes. Yes, Sasha.
Is that the American way? To riot in the streets when things don't go right?
We don't riot when things don't go right. We go through the proper channels.
We go to the Speaker of the House.
We go to the Attorney General.
We go to the Secretary of the Treasury.
And they always respond to us with generosity.
That is democracy.
That is democracy.
You have an appointment. Mr. Frick cannot see you now. I'm sorry, but Mr. Frick cannot see you now. Where are you going?
Frick!
For the attempted murder of Henry Clay Frick, you are hereby sentenced to the Western Pennsylvania State Penitentiary for a period of 22 years.
Comrades, some here are circulating petitions for Alexander Byrdcliffe. I have refused to sign. Let me explain. Revolutionary violence is one thing, but the comic opera is another. Now, comrades, I am not urging anyone here to assassinate the nearest capitalist, or not probably. But let me say this. If you decide it, please, do it efficiently! They tell me that before the shooting, Berkman made a bomb in order to kill Frick. Now, there was only one thing wrong with Berkman's bomb. It would not explode! Now, comrades, I'm not urging the making of bombs. No, never. But it seems to me there's one essential requirement for a bomb. It should explode! I understand Berkman's trade is cigar making. Well, maybe he thought it was like making a cigar! All right. His cigar, I mean his bomb, did not work. So he fired his gun. Comrades, one piece of advice. If you fire a gun at a capitalist, don't close your eyes! When his shots missed, he took out his knife. Now we must admire one thing about Berkman. He was well armed. But what he really needed was a guillotine and an agreement from Frick to hold his head still. Comrades, we have a revolution to make. And we will have to do it right. So don't come to me and make petitions for that fool Alexander Berkman. Comrades, I recognize Emma Goldman, who is known to you as an organizer of the cloak and suit workers. I believe she has a question. Emma?
I have no question.
No question?
Shame on you, Johann Most.
That is not a question.
Shame on you!
Do you have a question?
Shame! 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 Shame on you! Shame on all of you.
A lucky chance that I have an exhibition in the same city where you give a lecture. It's been so long since.
Yes.
Who is meeting?
Dr. Van Dykeman. I don't know anything about him. Is that how men dress in Chicago?
A bit odd, but handsome, no?
Handsome, yes, but a bit odd.
I think it's Miss Emma Goldman.
Yes.
Welcome to Chicago. Oh, an honor indeed. I'm Dr. Ben Reitman.
This is my friend Fedia.
A friend of Emma Goldman's is a person to be cherished. Hello. Well, I leave you in good hands.
So you're taking me to the workers' hall?
No, the chief of police has closed it in anticipation of your arrival.
Of course.
So, I have offered the use of my headquarters for your lecture.
Your headquarters?
Yes. It's called Hobo Hall.
I was told that you were a doctor.
Indeed, I am, but my work is among the city's outcasts. You see, I have a storefront in which they stay, and right now, my people are setting up 250 chairs. I assure you, they will be filled. I've spent the whole day with them putting up placards all over the city.
Your people, bums, tramps, hobos, pimps, prostitutes, people so destitute that both the bourgeoisie and the revolutionists scorn them.
Wait.
You are berating me and the anarchist movement. How did they become your people?
I'm an outcast myself. At the age of 11, I was on my own. And I wandered the earth, worked gangs in Mexico, the San Francisco earthquake, to Europe on a tramp steamer.
How did you get to medical school?
Here in Chicago, I took a job in the laboratory of the College of Physicians and Surgeons. One day, a famous doctor did not show up to give his lecture, and I'd heard him lecture before, so I just put on a white coat, and I gave the lecture, as I remembered it.
Well, the school officials must have been outraged.
They were, but they gave me a scholarship.
So you became a doctor?
Yes, but I refuse to sell my knowledge for money. You see, I give it to people in need, and they give me what I need.
Affection, devotion, love.
You understand me, and I understand you.
Really?
Yes, that's why I was happy to help with your lecture tonight.
You know the police may close your place too.
I'm on good terms with the police.
Then you cannot be on good terms with me.
We have found, by diligent search, a difference between us. See, I believe in speaking to everyone, including the police.
Surely you know what the police do to your people.
I know very well. Don't you think I've been arrested? Just last week, I led the March of the Unemployed here in Chicago. And they knocked me around in the station house a
And
little
still
bit.
you get along.
The police are no different than the thieves and the prostitutes I work with every day. Deprived people acting out of desperation.
There is truth in what you say, and also great innocence.
I believe I can make friends with any human being.
You have supreme confidence in yourself.
I know what I can do, just as you know what you can do.
I know I can walk very well without support.
My object is not support.
Oh, no.
No, it's just to hold the arm of a woman that I have admired for years.
You don't know me.
I know your ideas. I know what you think about politics, about prisons, about men and women.
So you know all about me.
No, not all. There is one thing that I'm curious about.
Oh, only one.
Yes.
What?
I wonder if your breasts are as beautiful as I imagined them.
Are you crazy?
Is it crazy, to be honest?
Do you know what I'm speaking about tonight?
No.
About arrogant men who think they have but to touch a woman's arm to produce an orgasm of delight. And about the women who are stupid enough and slavish enough to accept that.
Your talk is not about me, and not about you. Here we are. Can we meet after your lecture
Oh,
tonight?
I don't think so.
We could have some wine and talk.
Women like me don't trust men like you.
There are no men like me. Or women like you.
I don't trust you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the woman we have all been waiting to hear, America's high priestess of anarchy, Miss Emma Goldman.
so many women in the audience tonight. But tonight, my friends, I speak of the tragedy of women's emancipation. Why tragedy? Because what we now call emancipation is really a delusion. There is this idea that women will be emancipated by the vote. But has the vote emancipated men? There is this idea that women will be emancipated by leaving the home and going to work. But has work emancipated men? This tragically emancipated woman is afraid to drink of the fountain of life. She is afraid of ecstasy, and so afraid of men. But she will no longer be afraid of men when she learns that her freedom must come from and through herself. She must say, I'm a personality, not a commodity. She must say, I refuse anyone's right over my body. I will have children or not have them as I wish. I will refuse to be a servant to God, to the state, or to a husband. I will make my life simpler, deeper, richer. Such a woman will be afire with freedom, and she will light up this world for everyone.
I come here often. It's a quiet place. You should have some food.
No, after a lecture I can't eat. But some wine, perhaps?
Waiter! Bottle of Bordeaux! Your speech tonight was magnificent.
You are a good organizer. The hall was full despite the police.
I know it attracts people. And I'm not shy about doing what is necessary for the causes that I believe in. Now, one time, I stood in downtown Chicago with an open umbrella. But all that was left of the umbrella was the metal skeleton. And it wasn't raining. And people would stop and they would ask why I held this strange umbrella. And I would say, is it more absurd than the system that we live in, which gives you something to hold on to, a framework pretending to give protection that only results in your being drenched every time there's a downpour?
Ah, that is clever.
More than clever. It's true. And everybody knows it to be true. But it's just waiting for someone to say it. So, who manages your lecture tours?
No one.
If I were your manager, I would double the sizes of your audience. No, triple them.
I know very little about you or your ideas. I think that you are Jewish, but you wear a cross. I think that you are a political agitator, yet you belong with the police.
I am a Jew by birth, a Baptist by choice, a socialist by conviction, a friend of the police by practical need, and an anarchist by instinct. Now, if I managed your lectures, we would sell anarchist literature and raise money for the movement beyond anything you can imagine.
I was surprised by the size of the audience tonight.
I appealed to their curiosity. See, many had not heard of you. So I put up posters. This is Emma Goldman, the anarchist. This is Emma Goldman, the apostle of free love. And they were not disappointed tonight. Nor was I. What you said about emancipated women, afraid of love, of passion, I know you have no such fear.
But what I said.
By your eyes. Those extraordinary blue eyes.
Those eyes are tired.
It's been a long day for you. You have someplace to stay.
I have friends in Chicago.
Can I count myself among them?
As you wish.
Is it a matter of indifference to you?
I don't know yet.
How will you find out?
Life will unfold and I'll know.
Let us help it unfold.
What do you mean?
Stay with me tonight.
Ha ha ha. You are remarkable. We have known each other for 3 hours.
You spoke tonight of passion. That has no thought of time.
I also spoke of women being made into a sex commodity.
Of course. But a woman like you? Never. No man would dare. Do you know what courage it takes to approach you? Do you know how I'm trembling inside? Feel my hand. I promise you a marvelous night.
Oh, such modesty. I am very tired, Dr. Wright.
Please, call me Ben. But I am a doctor. See these hands? These hands want to soothe your body tonight. To awaken it. It will give me great pleasure. It will give you great pleasure. It will be a rare moment in history.
You are a little crazy, but I do like you.
Good idea, Anna, to bring us together.
It was Emma's idea, but she's not here yet.
You have a nice place here, Vito. How long has it been, my friends?
Since Sasha was taken from us? 9 years.
Yes. 9 years. A nice place, Vito, but what does that smell?
You see out there? It's a stable.
I love horses.
It's an elephant stable.
Even better.
Believe me, it lowers the rent.
Good for the lungs.
Oh, it's true. For a hard day in the sewers, I come home, I open up the window, and I take a nice deep breath.
What a pleasure.
Peter, will you ever grow up?
Let us hope not. Who knows what you will grow into?
I wonder where Emma is. She's been here an hour now.
Well, you know where she is. She's with Reitman. She stand that figure.
Isn't it hard to understand? Reitman is a charmer. He worships her. He works hard, organizes her lecture tours, goes everywhere with her. He is her serf.
And she is his slave. She seems to be obsessed. What is it about him, Anna? Maybe you could tell us.
Well, I've only heard what women say.
Women? So it isn't only Emma.
No, he tries with every woman he meets. Short, tall, blonde, dark, young, old. He's a true Democrat. He believes all women are created equal.
And they talk about him.
Women talk about men.
They don't talk about me. Well, maybe I haven't done anything worth talking about. What do they say about Reitman?
They say he makes love like a lion.
Does that make up for the fact that he's a liar and a cheat?
Of course.
Keep in mind, he goes everywhere with her, facing the police and the mob.
True, true. But he's a circus performer, a clown. He seeks all sensations.
He didn't seek that incident in San Diego where the mob kidnapped him and tortured him, nearly killed him. He continued on, even after that. That shows his courage.
His courage is all in his sex organ.
Then his courage must be colossal.
Quiet, I hear someone on the stairs.
Someone out of the penitentiary today gave you a letter from Sasha. It's not a trick, it's his writing.
Well,
Well, he's been in and out of the basket cell. It's too horrible to talk about. But he refuses to bow down to them, so they punish him again and again. Someone else would be dead.
You know Sasha. He's a bull.
His heart, yes, but he's flesh and blood. Even with good time, he has 5 years left. He's seen friends die. Some die of sickness and some hang themselves in their cells. he doesn't think he will last for 5 more years. There's reason that he sent this letter with a friend. Is the door closed? Yes. He has a plan for escape. There's a vacant house 100 yards outside the prison wall. It can be rented. A tunnel can be dug from the house up under the wall to an abandoned wash house in the prison yard where he takes his walks.
A tunnel? Has Sasha got out of his mind? But I know what it takes to dig a tunnel. It's impossible. Or Sasha. He has lost his senses.
Is it really so crazy?
Yes, it's completely crazy. It's a very noisy operation. It can't be done without being detected. It takes more equipment than we have, more money than we have, more people than we have, more time than we have. It's completely crazy.
What do you think, Emma?
I think 2 things. First, I think it is, as Vito says, insane. In fact, it's impossible. And second.
Second, we must do it.
Yes.
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 Miss Goldman and I would like to thank you for the hospitality you have shown us in Detroit. And now, she is ready for your questions.
Is it true you believe in free love?
Is it true you believe in free love?
Free love, of course. How can it be called love unless it's free? Is there anything more outrageous than the idea that a healthy, grown woman, full of life and of passion, must deny nature's demand, must subdue her most intense cravings, break her spirit, stunt her vision, abstain from the depth and the glory of sex, until some so-called good man comes along to take her unto himself in marriage? Love is the strongest and the deepest element in all life. It is the harbinger of hope, of joy, of ecstasy. Love, the defier of all laws, of all conventions. How can such an all-compelling force be synonymous with that pitiful product of church and state, marriage?
Goldman, are you against marriage?
I am against all institutions which demand subservience. Brothers and sisters, what a world it will be when men and women cast off the church, cast off the state, refuse to sacrifice their children to this monster of war, and come together in love. Brothers and sisters, the police have surrounded the meeting hall. Please remain calm, please.
Ladies and gentlemen of Los Angeles, thank you for your kind attention. And now Miss Goldman will receive your questions on patriotism. Does not patriotism unite us?
Yes, it unites us against each other. It intoxicates us, drives us to violence against anyone different than us. You need only look at the recent incident in San Diego, where Joseph McCullough, a labor organizer and a member of the IWW, Industrial Workers of the World, how unpatriotic to be of the world. Joseph McCullough was apprehended by 2 policemen. One had a gun, the other an axe, and together they shot and hacked McCullough to death. My friend and manager, Ben Reitman, dared to voice his indignation at that murder, whereupon some patriotic businessmen, pillars of the San Diego community, took him out into a field and beat him, stripped him nude, and threatened him with death, covered him with boiling tar, and branded into his bare skin with a red-hot branding iron. Those hated letters, IWW. Such are the results of patriotism.
The newspapers say Reagan invented that story.
Dr. Reitman, you are accused of fabricating that incident. Do you wish to reply?
Are there reporters present?
Yeah.
Photographers?
Oh, of course.
Recorders of American history? Well, here's my reply. I challenge you newspapermen to place that photo alongside the face of the governor of California and let your readers decide which is more attractive.
Thank you for coming tonight. The meeting is adjourned. And you're preposterous. You embarrass me continually. You embarrass our movement. To all my willpower is to close the meeting after your performance tonight. Sometimes I think you'll never grow up.
Emma, it was just a joke. You and your comrades are too serious. Let's be more cheerful, less intense. Emma, it was just a joke, and to make a serious point.
I'm not talking only about your exhibition tonight. What about last week? That lovely old couple gave us bed and board in Detroit, and you came down to breakfast stark naked. Or how about the meeting with the anarchist organizers in the Bronx? Out of nowhere, you start talking about God, Jesus. And look at the outlandish way that you dress, and the way that you eat.
I eat, as I do everything else, for enjoyment. Not to obey the rules of etiquette. In short, my darling, I, unlike you, eat like an anarchist.
You seem to think that anarchism has no respect for any of the little niceties of behavior. Eating with a little delicacy, like bathing regularly.
Bathing?
Yes, Ben, most people bathe.
Am I unbearable as I am? We have 1 hour before our train. Do you really want me to spend half of it waiting? You know, an hour is never enough with you, my sweetheart. You spoke wonderfully tonight, Emma.
God, Ben, I can't stay angry with you. Oh my God, Ben. Oh my God.
I will convert you to Christianity yet, my sweetheart.
have said that I cannot speak here tonight. Well, there are 3,000 people in this hall. And if you are here to listen to me, then police or no police, I am here to speak to you. This past month, I have gone from city to city in this nation that calls itself a democracy, speaking at 16 meetings, and 11 of them were broken up by the police. We should all know by now that the Constitution of the United States does not give freedom of speech. That cannot be given. It must be taken by people who insist on speaking, as I insist on speaking here tonight. Yes, there's a question.
Newspapers say you're here in San Francisco because the fleet is in the harbor and you intend to blow it up.
No, I think I will not blow up the fleet on this visit. Bombs are not my way, but I would be happy to see the fleet sink quietly to the bottom of the sea. Indeed, to see all warships everywhere in the world sink quietly to the bottom of the sea, so that we and our brothers and sisters in other nations can live in peace.
I was just being pleasant to her.
You were leading her on.
Not seriously. I was just playing.
Then don't you understand that it's wrong to play with another human being? Have you no sense of fairness and justice, not only to me, but to these other women as well? I don't know why. I'm just saying goodbye to you once and for all. It's such a hypocrisy. I speak all over the country about women imprisoned by men, and that I'm unable to tear myself away from you.
Oh, don't berate yourself. It's my fault. My weakness. It was just one night.
So you did spend the night with her? You liar! You said I cannot go to Chicago and not see my mother. Spend the night with her.
Emma,
You liar!
Emma, stop it! I have to introduce you in 2 minutes! We'll talk later, my darling.
Oh, we'll talk later, my darling. No, not this time. Get out there. Do your introduction. But do not wait for me at the hotel afterwards. The committee will find me a place to stay.
Dear friends in New Kensington, how wonderful to be in the beautiful state of Pennsylvania. And now I give you Miss Emma Goldman speaking on the drama of Henrik Ibsen.
Brothers and sisters, we all know that in the home not everything can be said. And we know that in the factory, or wherever one works for a boss, not everything can be said. But on the stage, one can speak freely. And so the drama is used to conquer fear, ignorance, and prejudice. And their ignorance and prejudice about the most fundamental things of life. I'm speaking of love and of marriage. What does love have to do with marriage? The answer is nothing. The wife, like a prostitute, is a commodity to be bought. The prostitute for one night and the wife for much longer.
You're a whore! Who invited you here? Get her off the stage!
Yes, the truth is hard to listen to. That man that I've made so angry there is probably a husband who does not want his wife's secret thoughts spoken out loud.
I'm getting out of here.
I'm sorry to see you go, sir. I wish we'd stay and hear about Henrik Ibsen. Ibsen's great play, A Doll's House, is about a woman, Nora, who has been living for 8 years with a stranger in a lovely house, a doll's house. But she's come to a decision. She's not a doll. She is a woman. And who's the stranger that she has been living with? It's her husband. Is it degrading for a prostitute to sleep for a night with a stranger? And how much more degrading is the intimacy between two strangers, man and wife, which lasts a lifetime? Let us be careful then, before we denounce prostitutes, before we brand them with that scarlet letter, because they're very much like women for whom we should have compassion, as they struggle for their souls, their bodies, and their freedom.
3 times.
I saw you sitting there in the front row looking so rapt. I thought that pretty woman must be an actress. Tell me, do you live in New Kensington?
Yes, I live in town with my husband, Fred. At least I think it's my husband. He's not around too much. No one worth talking about. And you?
I have a sweetheart, but no one worth talking about.
Ah, that fellow who introduced you? A handsome devil.
Devil, that's the right word.
I know what you mean. But God, what you were saying tonight about marriage and prostitution, I couldn't believe you were saying it out loud. I have thought that myself for years.
I'm not saying anything new, only things that people are afraid to say in public.
I wish I could talk like that. I think I could, though. Not for drinking too much, but I need it with this lousy life. Believe me, I could tell you stories all night long about handsome devils.
Oh, I'd like to hear them. Maybe I could learn a few things.
And you tell me about Shaw and Strindberg. Never could I find anything they wrote. But handsome devils, that's another story. Believe me, there's hardly anything anyone can tell me about men. I don't dare tell you how many men I've been with, and yet I'm still waiting to meet a man. A real man, not just some bite that thinks he's a man because he has this thing.
I do know a real man. He's in prison.
I heard about him. It happened right here in Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, Frick, the strike. I heard. Did you visit him?
They won't let me near him.
How long has it been?
9 years.
I'd love to hear more about that. Miss Goldman, would you like to go to my house for a drink? I mean, some tea?
Call me Emma, and I would love to. And women must sell their bodies just to stay alive. The richest city in the world, and children are crying for food. We ask for work. They tell us to wait. We ask for medicine for the sick, and they tell us to pray. We ask for food, and they tell us to vote. We ask for time to pay the rent, and they send the police. Yes, the police are here as always to protect the rich. Brothers and sisters, if the babies need milk, let us go into the stores and take it. If the families need bread, let us find out where the flour is stored and take it. Take it. Take it.
Last September.
What was she charged with?
Trespassing. She brought women into the Smokers Club of Minneapolis, a men's club.
Brazen one, isn't she? What's that sign she's carrying outside the club?
It says, "I am a heavy smoker."
I understand she travels extensively with a man much younger than herself.
Yes, his name's Reitman. He manages lectures. Our informants tell us they have engaged in numerous immoral sexual acts. Nothing overt enough to make an arrest.
What about this one?
New York City, the Lower East Side. It was a meeting of Jewish women. She taught them how to use contraceptives.
How much time did she get for that?
She was released for lack of evidence. It seems she spoke to the group entirely in Yiddish, and our informants couldn't understand a word.
Is that the lot?
No, sir. This is a partial record. She's been arrested 14 times.
Where is she now?
Serving a 1-year sentence on Blackwell's Island, inciting to riot.
But she'll be out soon and back to her old tricks. just as the situation in Cuba is getting serious.
We are looking for a way to deport her, sir, back to Russia.
That would be ideal. But I understand she was once married to an American citizen.
Yes, when she was 17, to one Jacob Kirshner, a naturalized citizen. So she automatically becomes a citizen under the law.
Well, our laws were not intended to make the country helpless before its enemy.
We are working on the problem, sir.
I'm glad of that.
There's a challenge. We're dealing with the most dangerous woman in America.
Thank you, Mr. Hoover.
Up like that. You ain't solitary anymore. You better start using those legs, girl, else you'll never be able to walk again. Yeah, get up, babe. Come on. Oh, yeah. Hey, what they got you in solitary for? Oh, no need to tell me. You're that red Emma they talk about. They say you don't take sass from no one. Huh? They say they put you in charge of the sewing room, and they wanted you to get the girls working faster, and you said no way. Yeah, babe, I hear them talk about you. They say you want to change the whole world. Huh? Now, I hear something else. I hear you've got a handsome boyfriend who brings you home-baked cookies. And you just give them out to everybody, right? Now, see here, Emma. I just love them home-baked cookies. You know me? I'm Elizabeth. I'm the prison nurse. And they want you to help me out in the ward. So I'm going to teach you all there is to know starting right now. Lay yourself down, girl. You gotta know, honey, when to make people walk and when to make them keep still. You gotta know when to rub hard and when to rub gentle. You gotta know when to use a cold compress and when to use a hot one. Huh? Okay, come on, girl, get up. Why do they call you Red Emma, huh?
Oh, that's a long story.
We got nothing but time in here, babe. You tell me about that, and I'll tell you what to do when a woman starts bleeding down here. Ever bring a baby into the world, Emma? Huh? You bring someone's baby into the world and you can do just about anything. Next week, there's a girl up in the water about to have her birth, and you're going to help me, babe. First thing, baby, I'm going to teach you to do is to take a pulse. Put your fingers there. Feel that? Huh? That's my life, honey, beating for you. It goes on beating, and it won't stop no matter what. Ain't that beautiful, babe? Huh? You want to learn nursing, Emma?
I want you to teach me, Lisbeth.
Oh. Well, I will, honey, I will, but I just want you to remember one thing.
What?
I just love them homemade cookies.
That was strange. I had so often cursed him and wished he were dead, but when it happened, I thought he was just a working man. His life was hard. His cruelty was the cruelty of his own life.
That was right after that. You went away to Europe.
To Vienna, to become a midwife.
I was so excited when I heard that. I thought I want Emma to bring out my baby, no one else. Am I your first?
No. In Vienna, I delivered 6 babies.
Oh.
No, 7. One woman had twins.
Oh.
And last week on the east side, the woman was so sick. It was a foul, miserable room. She delivered a beautiful black-haired baby. You should have seen it, Helena. It came out with clenched fists when I fight her.
A boy?
A girl.
Oh!
So how far along are you?
Maybe 7 months, you can see.
Yes. Well, the color's good in your face. And your pulse is regular. Tell me if this hurts.
No, it feels good.
Let me listen.
What are you listening for?
Shh.
You're listening for the heartbeat. Do you hear it?
Don't talk now.
You should hear it. Do you hear it?
We'll try again in a few minutes. Sometimes it takes a while. Just relax. Tell me about Mama.
Mama's all right. She sits all day and sews. How's Sasha? Did they ever let you see him?
Sasha was sure he wouldn't make it out alive. We were desperate. Our comrades decided to dig a tunnel. I know, it's a crazy idea, but they did it. They were inches away from the prison yard when it was discovered. It was such a crazy idea, but it almost worked. And they weren't sure it was for Sasha, but they punished him anyway.
Is it true there's another man you're with?
Yes. A beautiful, sensitive man on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, an insensitive monster. Elena, have you ever been so infatuated, physically infatuated with a man that just drove you insane?
Just the opposite. For me, it was always the absence of such a feeling that made me insane. You know my marriage. But I do want this baby so much. Try again, Emma. I'm nervous, Emma. You know I've lost 2, but I do want this baby so much. You understand you love children. I hope you have a baby someday, Emma.
You know my condition.
But the doctor said an operation.
The doctors? What had me believing last year that I was pregnant? For 2 months I believed it. I was so happy. And then the same doctor, very calm, said, "Oh, a mistake." I wanted to kill her. I cried for a week. No one knew. I just disappeared for a week and cried.
You'll have the operation then.
No, a woman has a right to decide not to have children, doesn't she?
Of course, but you...
Now I'm a midwife. I bring children into the world this way. It makes me happy. Shh.
I hear something.
That's your baby. A strong, strong beat.
Oh my God.
Oh. Come, Helena, let's walk. It's good for you and your baby. Come. You know, Helena, I'm going to bring 1 million little babies into this world. And when they come out of their mother's womb, I'm going to whisper in their tiny ears, rebel, join together, change the world.
Emma, don't get arrested before my time comes.
Fellow citizens, the President of the United States! My fellow Americans, I am indeed happy to be present at this splendid exposition in the historic city of Buffalo. It is a pleasure to report to you that our great nation is in good health. Business is prospering. Overseas, our war with Spain has yielded the most happy results. War is always to be regretted, but Cuba is now free and under our protection. Puerto Rico is ours. Hawaii fell like a ripe fruit into our arms. I did puzzle for some time on what to do with the Philippines, And then I got down on my knees and prayed to God. And he said, take them, Mr. President. Civilize them. Christianize them. And so...
Miss Goldman will see you presently. Thank you. Miss Goldman. After President McKinley was shot, why did they arrest you?
You're the reporter. You know the police don't need evidence to arrest someone. The president was assassinated. The government always goes into a frenzy when someone else uses its own tactics.
Its own tactics?
Murder.
Murder. Radical organizations all over the country have repudiated the assassin Zolgos. Said that you defend him.
I defend not his act, but his anguish.
Do you believe Zolgos is insane?
He must be. He killed one man with no force of law behind him. Now, if he were president of the United States, he could do as McKinley did, send an army into the Philippines and kill 10-year-old children. That would be perfectly legal and sane.
Is it true that you offered to nurse the president after he was wounded?
Yes, but for some reason my offer was not accepted.
Well, then you felt compassion for the president.
Of course. One must feel compassion for a president who doesn't know where the Philippines are until its merchants and bankers point it out to him.
You're quoted as saying that business interests benefited from the war.
Well, I know one thing. The working class got nothing from it. Their children died in those foreign lands. And when the smoke of the battle cleared and the dead were buried, the cost of the war came home to the families of the dead in higher costs for food and rent.
Now, your friend Berkman is in prison for attempted assassination. Does he condone what Zolgos did?
When he's released, you can ask him yourself. But I will tell you one thing. Neither Berkman nor I believe, as some of us once did, that assassination is a step toward revolution.
Well, do you believe then that the way towards change is through the ballot box?
The ballot box? Voting is a game to keep everyone busy while the rich take control of this nation's wealth. When Rockefeller wants an oil refinery, does he take a vote? When McKinley wants the Philippines, does he take a vote?
Well, then what do you suggest?
The people will organize wherever they work, wherever they live, and when they are strong enough, they will take back this country and take back everything that was stolen from them. It's much simpler than voting.
Can we quote you on all this?
Will your newspaper print all this?
It's not the same service.
Vito! Anna! After all these years. Vito, you're still complaining, but it's good to have you back. Tell me, do you still work in the sewers?
Do I look like a man who still works in the sewers?
You look more prosperous. You look like a man who once worked in the sewers.
Very receptive man, Mr. Sachs. I've risen in the world. I'm now a bookkeeper for the sewers department.
Who would ever guess the sewer department keeps books? And you, Anna?
I'm no longer in the factory. I'm an organizer for the garment union.
Still tuning? I knew it. Have I changed?
A little more gray in the hair, perhaps. A little more distinguished looking. The tablecloths are still the same. Don't you think after 14 years you should change the tablecloths?
The same, Vito. A wonderful person, but a little crazy. Tell me, how about a little wine to sober you up? I know, it's a special occasion. Where are the others?
Here comes the wine.
Beautiful, beautiful. Mr. Sachs, good to see you.
How about some wine? You'll drink with us?
Do you bring your own wine? I supply the glasses. It's a wonder I'm still in business.
You're here.
Sasha! So very good to see you.
many years. What have you been through? Have something to eat. It's my treat.
I'm not hungry, Mr. Sachs. I'll just sit a while.
Sasha refusing food? That's news.
That's enough, Mr. Sachs.
What did I say? I say something wrong?
No, Mr. Sachs, nothing wrong. Sasha, you should have something to eat.
Don't tell him what to do, Vito.
Do this, don't do that, excuse me.
Look in the afternoon paper, Sasha, a picture of you. An old one. Alexander Berkman, Frick assailant, released after 14 years.
There's something about you too, Emma, on the other side. What is it?
The government has revoked the citizenship of my former husband, Jacob Kirshner. That means that I am no longer a citizen. Hypocrites. How they play with the law.
Will they try to deport you now, Emma?
Perhaps, or they may wait till I break some federal law.
This is all too depressing. Come, let us drink a toast. To Sasha.
Thank you.
You're listening.
What is it?
I don't know. I see sailors and soldiers marching. What is the parade? President Wilson has asked Congress to declare war on Germany.
First Europe goes mad, now America?
Congress will be voting very quickly. They become like sheep when a president asks for war. We have to move fast.
This was expected, Anna. A rally is called for next week at the Harlem River Casino. Emma is one of the speakers.
Emma must not speak. Not with the news of Kirshner and her citizenship. They'll pounce on her in a minute.
I must speak. If I cannot speak at a moment like this, then everything I've done up to now is worthless.
Emma, you'd be a mistake.
Emma, I think Peg is right. You can miss one meeting. I will speak in your place.
Sasha, no. 14 years is enough.
They have silenced me all these years. It is time for me to speak. I must.
Let it be both of us. Sasha and I, we will both speak against the war.
My good friends, my very good friends, let us open a bottle of wine. Sasha is back with us.
Please don't speak tonight. Please.
I don't need your advice.
They're setting a trap for you, Emma. And think of Sasha. Can he stand another term in prison?
You are not thinking of Sasha. You are thinking only of yourself.
Yeah, Emma? Why so cold? You're upset for some other reason.
I received a letter from Almeida Scurie.
The drunken socialist whore of New Kensington?
The drunken socialist whore! The most straight-speaking person I've ever met.
More so than me?
Listen. My darling Emma, I am amused by a friend, Reitman, but don't ever send him to New Kensington again. I've had a deep horror of him ever since he met me at the railroad station. I understood him thoroughly as soon as he took my arm the way that he did when we walked down the street. Please ask him if he ever goes to meet another sinful woman who's beginning to see a glimmer of light. Please ask him not to begin fuck talk.
She writes vividly. The truth is, I'm not sure what she's talking about.
You're such a liar.
Yes. Yes. But how can one get along in this world without lying, Emma?
Lying to your enemies, perhaps, but to those that you love, that is unpardonable.
But that's what's so wonderful about you, Emma. You have always pardoned the unpardonable.
Yes, Ben, I've always pardoned everything. The first time that you took me really on, how you took me by the arm. How angry I was. How thrilled I was.
I was not playing with you, Emma.
I was ashamed of my craving for you, but I couldn't stop. This is ridiculous. I have to go speak.
Please, Emma, be careful. There will be rat-age young men in that audience. If you urge them to refuse conscription, the government is ready to spring.
Goodbye, dear Dad. Democracy? Thank you, friends in the balcony, for clarifying that. You, young man in the balcony, put that down and tell us what's on your mind.
I was born in this country and I'm willing to die for this country.
I too am willing to die for this country. Yes, for this country. For the mountains and the rivers, the land, the people. Yes, for the country. But not for the president! And not for the generals and the admirals and the industrialists and the bankers who want this war! They are not our country! Brothers and sisters, what is patriotism? Is it love of your government? No. It's love of your country, of your fellow men and women. And that love, that patriotism may require you to oppose your government. Mark this day, my friends, the 18th of May, 1917. The President has signed the conscription law, and the young men of this country will be marched into the slaughterhouse of war in Europe. But I say to you young men in the balcony, and young men everywhere, refuse to die. Refuse to kill. If you have a mind of your own, a will of your own, if you do not want to be a slave of authority, if you believe in liberty and freedom and peace for all mankind, then refuse! Refuse!
Government! Remain on stage, you're not to leave! Stay around, leave! Animal! Refuse! Refuse!
Seen a bunch of productions of this play, in Boston, New York, London, Tokyo, really, a number of productions. I think this moved me more than any other.
Look not for me.